Hi, welcome to Space 8. Can you believe it? We've gone through exactly what the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network is all about. And I love to just share, it's not just introductory videos that I wanted to do, but actually teach you how this space works. So with that said, let me share the YouTube Summit space. And if you've gone through any of the other spaces, and the space prior to this was the vision board, and I talked about the vision board like for a whole hour. And so I thought, okay, let me just pop off. But I want to say again that vision board and the wheel of life and all of the rest of it, we have a community for that. And I mentioned that, but I didn't show you the 7 Freedoms online calendar. And again, the 2-hour calls are on a monthly basis. They support the 7-day challenge and the online teaching platform. So we don't sell the online teaching platform, we enroll into calls. And so again, that's scheduled out for, that says over a year, 52 weeks, 2 hours in a month. And I wanted to just mention that because we also have a journal called the Soul Legacy Journal, which is merch and a low content book on Amazon and Lulu, right? And so it follows on to the Spiritual Awakening Annual YouTube Summit in the sense of this is how I awakened. So now I talk about it, but really when I came back online, I came back on with the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency and the summit, and talking about all of the things that related to the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency and the intentional living. And once you awaken, you want to live in intentionally. And so again, I mentioned that I'd scheduled these out, so 42 episodes, and I told the story, if you didn't hear it on the last in the space about vision boards, how this came about, and how when I was doing my summit, it was called the #1 Divine Intervention Virtual Event, and I was sharing life, business, and marketing strategies for purpose-driven business owners. And so it was called the #1 Divine Intervention Virtual Event. I was riding literally by the seat of my pants doing this. I invested at 1K to learn how to do Hangouts. If you don't even know what Hangouts are, it was like a Zoom, but it was on YouTube, and like a StreamYard, but on YouTube. It was just amazing. I loved Hangouts. And so I transferred my skills onto Zoom and now to StreamYard. StreamYard's the bomb at the minute. And so I talked about this oracle card looking like my son. So that's me on my 40th birthday. This is about 3 years after that I found this, 2 or 3 years after, I can't remember when. And this card, I was attracted to The Keepers of the Light by Cal Gray. He's from the UK. He's an author for Hay House. And he's done, I actually just recently bought his book, Light Warriors. Robin and I were having a conversation about being a spiritual warrior. And I thought, oh yeah, Light Warriors. And anyway, he'd written a book about it. And he'd written a book about raising your vibration. And somebody had close to me, she was actually my client, and she was actually involved in my partner and I getting together, and me being an earth angel, and all of these things. Anyway, synchronicities. She bought him the book, which was by Cal Gray, and I had The Keepers of the Light. And it was just, so many synchronicities. But this card actually says, so my event was called the #1 Divine Intervention Virtual Event. My son, Dan Almeida, knew about it. And he passed. And this card is the Divine Director, Intervention and Purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. I was just like, wow. So it stays with me all of the time. So that was a 49 Soul Speaker Summit, who would do that for 49 days straight, 20-minute Google Hangout interviews. I pre-recorded the interviews I did not find another way to be able to do that and just stream them out. Fortunately for me, StreamYard have now done that. You can pre-record a video and stream it out like it's live, which is amazing. Even with the Hangouts, you couldn't stream them out like they were live. You had Hangout shows and different things. I actually streamed them out via my Easy Webinar because that's the only way that I could do it at the time. And I was talking about streaming out anyway on different social media platforms. It was called Dive Social Summit. It was a #1 divine intervention virtual event, but I wanted to be a social summit on social media. And it was ahead of its time. I had my guests fill out like information because I couldn't afford to do the transcribing, because back then it was really expensive and I didn't know how to. Now you can transcribe your interviews and different things via something called Temi. You just pop in your either a YouTube video or even a Facebook video, and it'll transcribe it. Amazing. And then this platform does the audio for you. It's all done so quickly. And so I wanted to share with you the Spiritual Awakening Summit is part of, they gel together now even more beautifully than I even could have hoped for, because originally it was all just given to me in pieces and I was just like, what am I supposed to do with this? So the journal for the spiritual journal with me is a spiritual awakening journal, meaning that is how I had my spiritual awakening. It's 365 days of your spiritual awakening journey, a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for light workers. And so in the summit, we focus on your spiritual awakening story, but also your ascension journey. And so we have a spiritual ascension after show party, and each month on the third Thursday of the month. And then we have a spiritual alchemy giveaway for my guests to actually feature their giveaways. And so when I did the summit, the thing is to build your email list, send out an email, send out, these gifts, or do a giveaway. And I talk about on the masterclass where I set up a Facebook group for my summit for my guests, and I was super organized, you can see. And my guests were like, I can say I'm a consultant on this. But most of my guests at the time were from a joint venture community that I signed up for. I paid $2,000. And I was like, I wanted it to be joint vision partnerships. That's why I provide the space for the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network and the monthly call for you to network with joint vision partners. And so when I was looking for my guests and things, I had lots of people in. And so one of my guests shared, and I just cried. She shared with us in the group that she sent out the email that I wrote to her email list, and a woman instantly messaged back, instantly. And she said, the message went something along the lines of, I've just recently come into your community, your email, on our email list, through a giveaway, whatever the giveaway was, the day before. So my guest's bad for overlapping. However, I think that giveaway was over a period of time. She's a beautiful guest, actually, over a period of time. So this person happened to come through this giveaway, which was a joint venture giveaway, an email list build, and then my email that I'd written for it to send out. And then this person, this lady, and I thought, I'd love to meet her. She said she thanked my guest for being part of something that was raw and real, that we really needed, and we really needed to learn how to, have money for our purpose, like how to fulfill your life's purpose and get paid in the process was the theme of it. And I was talking about soul funk and self flow, the same things I'm talking about now. And you might have a vision inside of you that you've had for a really long time, but not know how to birth it. And so this lady said, I was really turned off, and she was about to unsubscribe. And she said, something called her that urged her to open the email. And she said, I thought it was just another JV marketing message because everybody messages everybody else's, each other's, you know, the gurus message each other's email list and say, hey, my friend has got this going on. And so when she read the email, she said she cried tears of joy, her heart, her womb, everything. She said she just felt so connected to my message. And I was like, wow. And so that guest said to me, Iona, Meade, you're leading a movement. And I was like, what the heck? What? I don't even know what movement is. And then it was years later that somebody else who did summits and taught summits, she said, oh, I've heard about movement marketing. It was a random call that we'd got on. And I said, oh, I don't even know what that is. So I looked it up and I was like, oh, that really resonates, movement marketing. And now obviously I base my thing on movement marketing. So the Spiritual Awakening annual YouTube summit, again, annual. So we have 42 episodes on the 2 middle Wednesdays of the month. They're binge watch Wednesdays. So the episodes are 9 a.m., 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. So it's 6 shows in a month. I did have the idea of the telechat show and to have 2 guests. And I recently paused it and I was like, no, I'm just going to have 1 guest. And so originally I had the vision of having 3 guests with me on a panel. And I thought, no, I've still got my 3 guests, but in a day. And then another 3 guests. Otherwise, I'd have double. And it was that idea before I knew how to do YouTube ads. And how I knew it, because most people don't promote. And most people let me down actually with the promotion. I'm like, what is going on with these people online? Like, where's the integrity? And you know, one of the people that were in, she was actually my guest, actually, and I think she was, and she said, you know, she built like really well-known people in the industry, and they didn't want to mail out. She's like, she thought that she was getting the big names, and they don't want to mail out because they lose subscribers when they mail out like that. She's an unknown person, so they want to feature. Everybody wants to feature, but nobody wants to actually help promote it. So now, with the Spiritual Awakening Annual YouTube Summit, I know that people are searching for that topic, the awakening. So I can run YouTube ads, not only to the summit and the YouTube videos, which I didn't know how to do then. I was going to use Facebook ads and it didn't really work out that well. So I did use them a bit, but not very well. And I charged for my second summit because people were like, oh, I got so much value. I helped everybody set up the back end. I was like, just get ready to feature. We've just all paid $2,000 to learn this thing. Why have you all not done it? And we hooked up our affiliate links and all the rest of it. In Thinkific, you just have to click a button and somebody's an affiliate. I was using WordPress, a WordPress site, then lead pages for the landing pages, then the WordPress affiliate plugin, and then Jigsaw box for my actual guests. It was crazy. But now it's on the site, it's on the YouTube channel. I don't hide it. It is beautiful. I had a green room and I had all of the things, and now, and it should work this time, just by that link, it was www.Spiritual Awakening Summit Live, and is on YouTube. Please work. So it's a playlist. Again, a playlist, right? So that all guests are equal in the sense of, and so all of these images will change with actual spiritual YouTubers on them, who have already shared their spiritual awakening story on YouTube. I love it. And again, I will share with you how to do this if you are in the mastermind. I might share a little bit in the bootcamp, but it's just so advanced. And so, we'll cover the basics in the bootcamp, I think. And so, again, the tags. Oh, I don't know why you're jumping. Do you know what? Stop it. So I haven't optimized everything. But I have added tags. What are you doing? So Dark Night of the Soul, Spiritual. I think it's up here. It's the keywords everywhere. So this is the keywords everywhere. Video tags. This is vidIQ, which says show rankings. It won't be ranking anywhere. It's ranking nowhere. And motivational videos, not the one. Motivational speech. So Ascension, 368,000 people are searching for that. Spirituality, 300,000. Awakening, 300,000. Spiritual Awakening, 74,000. I haven't changed these anyway. Dark Night of the Soul, 40,000. Stages of Spiritual Awakening. Do you see? Right, not even trying to get ranked or anything. All of these especially, that's like 1 million people. When I say millions of people searching for your problem solving soul work on YouTube every single day, every single month, it depends on what tags. So with YouTube ads, you can target the exact key search terms and phrases, and you can retarget people who have watched a video, and target other people's channels. Let me do this. Target other people's YouTube channels, a whole entire of their channels, and then with particular YouTubers, because you know that you're going to feature, you can create an ad to that YouTuber's audience, to their channel. You can direct that. So it's just so beautiful. So this is an ad. Spiritual Awakening stages, 4 stages. There's no other ads there. I put Spiritual Awakening story. So for me, that's where I would go. And so it tells you with these tools what to actually target. So this has got 2.2 million views 2 years ago. Like, how would you like to, create something that has 2 million views? So let me just do this one. 2 million views. So imagine each episode having 2 million views. Wouldn't that necessarily? Well, it would if I paid YouTube ads for it, because it's unlimited. So this channel is Spiritual Awakening. This video is about Spiritual Awakening. It matters the topic that you do, but this is versus just putting this on a platform like Facebook where nobody's searching. And many YouTube many summits, I'm getting distracted with the content, 74,000 people. Many summits close down after like that season or that year or that first however many few days that they give people 7 days, 14 days, a window, and then watch the replays, and here's how much I'm going to charge you to watch them. I didn't want to do that. So what I did was use my online teaching platform this time. And what I also did was use channels as, rather than having a landing page, like a lead page, because I had circles and people on my summit, which I was paying for lead pages. Obviously, it's an email and it's this and it's list building. I wanted to build subscribers. My goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers and to send other people subscribers. So these are some of the people that I'd like to. This is me just creating the list. I haven't confirmed anyone on here, so I don't want to say, oh yeah, but these are all the people so far that have mentioned Spiritual Awakening and shared their Spiritual Awakening story in some way. So I need 42 guests now. It was going to be 84. I said 42 guests, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. There's people that you can have joint vision. So this lady has, Nikki, something her name is, has 200,000 subscribers, 144k subscribers, 15,000 subscribers, 430. It's not about the number. 334. It doesn't matter if you've got a little or a lot, right? If you put together an event, this person's hidden how many subscribers? 12,000, 87,000, right? And if they share the interview and the event, the summit, with their subscribers, how powerful is that? But even if they don't, you can then target so I know that all of these channels have monetized in the sense of they've got YouTube ads monetized on their channels. I mean, actually, the last person that I added might not, because I had forgotten my own criteria, but I really wanted to interview them. And I use something called Tube Sift to sift out channels who have got monetization on already, and they have used a certain keyword, in this case, spiritual awakening. This might be like way too much for you right now. That's why I'm not doing it in the bootcamp. But just know that you can share other people's channels and they can share your channel on their channel. Right? So it's just it's out in the open. It's beautiful. And then we have hang on. And then we have the YouTube after show party, the YouTube Summit after show party, again, scheduled out $11.11. And so it's not $11.11 every time, it's $11 for the entire year for this summit to get onto the after show, right? And so we have on the outside, welcome to the summit, access to after show and the spiritual alchemy giveaway. So my guest shared that she was part of a giveaway. Somebody came onto a list for that. And then I have an after show party because I want to connect all of the people. I don't know how well it will go, but as it grows, I've scheduled this out, listen, for the next 7 years. I said that to you. I'd literally taken time. I paused for months and I was like, I'm not going back out there with crazy ass. I don't even know what people are doing, like pushing and pulling. It just wasn't that great for me. When I first, people were latching onto this, latching onto that. It was just crazy. I'm like, I'm done with that. Come off the socials. Let me just focus on my vision. I think it's really super rude, the social etiquette that is out there. This is dedicated to my son. I'm like, don't fuck with my work, right? Like, listen, I'm serious about my work. I'm going big. I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but I'm here to make a difference. Like, get out of my way. Like, stop messing. And like people saying I'm going to do this and then pulling out this, and I haven't got time for that. So this is scheduled out to interview top spiritual teachers, healers, leaders, speakers, gurus, and soul-guided influencers on YouTube today. So there's the episodes, right? 42 episodes over a whole entire season. And then the after show, right? So, and then the end of the season, my birth in my book. And when I do the Soul Legacy TV press, public and published, YouTube promotions agency and a publishing agency for my mastermind members, not a big publishing agency for all Tom, Dick and Harry. I don't want to work with everyone, to be fair. I just don't. I've learned that over 2020 and 2021. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I like ease, grace, and flow in my world. I love it. And so my masterminders are the only people that I'll be working with and publishing if they want me to. And I'll be teaching how to self-publish. So then season 2, again, the same, 42 episodes. Season 3, right? And literally on the back end of here, think of it, fucking phenomenal. People are like, oh, use Kajabi, oh, use Teachable. Go ahead then. I don't know what they do. I'm not interested. This is what I teach. I know what I teach. I knew that I found this platform. You can be an affiliate at one click. I've set out and I can literally schedule out drip feed, it's called, all of my whole entire 7 years so that it will be released the day, a couple of days before so on the Monday when it's so binge watch Wednesday, the 2 middle Wednesdays of the month. So that on that Monday it's released so you can get access to it. On the next Monday it's released. That's it. For a month, it's 2 days in the month, 9 a.m., 3 p.m., and 9 p.m. So it covers all of the time zones and I can get like an event going. So it's a summit in the sense of 2 days in the month, 6 shows. And it's a YouTube podcast. Like I am going to do it live. I don't have to do it live. I can pre-record it and stream it out. Thanks to StreamYard. Thank you, StreamYard. So there's less pressure to always show up live. So again, same thing. Which season is this? Is that season season 5, season 6, and season 7. Right, $11 for a whole entire year, including the after show and the giveaway. So this is inside it. This is inside what you've just seen, right? So obviously subscribe to the channel. And inside we have the audio, which will be next, then the transcripts, and then a podcast on Anchor FM. My first episode is on there for the Soul Legacy TV. So see that was when I first came back on. I won't take that off. Hi, welcome to the Soul Legacy TV podcast and radio show. So I don't have an intro and outro. I will eventually. Audible podcast. I didn't even know Audible had a podcast till like recently. I've got it on my phone. I'm like, yay! Audible podcast, hello. And look at this. Did you see that? You know, you can't even see it, can you? Hang on. Oh, I have to show you what just happened. Hang on. Stop screen share. And I have to show you what just happened with this. I only discovered it the other day. I was like, oh, wow. Look at this. Can you see that? This is what happens to the Audible. I actually went to, oh my gosh, your credentials have expired. Kindly sign in to listen. I am not doing that. Oh, anyway, let me find it. God, don't do that to me. Kindly, I don't want to sign in. However, on the Audible, oh, get off. On the Audible, the player, it plays just in the window in the cloud player. It plays on. So when you have, I don't have my mobile in the office while I'm creating. When you are on your Audible books, it has the button podcast. Now, if this is not new to you, I didn't know. So I can play my summit. Hello. My journal with me. Hello. My book launch videos. Hello. Can play in your Audible podcast. Can I get an amen? I'm just saying. Like, how powerful is that? That's powerful, right? Is that amazing or is that amazing? I think that's pretty amazing. I think that's pretty badass myself. SoundCloud. So whatever is someone's preferable platform to listen to, you can put your podcast on there. What is not now? What is going on? Right? You can put your podcast on there. It's pretty easy. Spotify, same thing. All set. And all I have to do is upload it to Anchor FM, I believe. And then it's done. I'm not sure if I do the Audible one separately. Spotify, how many people listen on Spotify? Blog Talk Radio, hello. Like, screw being on all of the social platforms, like posting all day. Why would you want to do that? Amazon Podcast. Oh, I don't want to sign in. But anyway, Amazon Music, right? And then the Soul Legacy Journal on Amazon. It's not on there as yet. The Fiverr guy is creating it. But the Soul Legacy Journal book, called the book, and notebook will be on here. And so I actually... and on Lulu as well. I actually was doing research for Amazon ads, and when you have the right tools, it's so powerful. I can see what books are being searched for, the kind of books, what books are already out there, how much money they're making on Amazon, and the key search terms to run my ads to, the key search terms to become #1 bestseller, like what the maths are for that. Honestly, it's absolutely phenomenal. I love what I do. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it so very much. And I love scheduling and I love contributing. I just absolutely love it. Like, I love it. So that is the summit, the Spiritual Awakening Annual YouTube Summit. Do you love it? Tell me if you love that. That's pretty powerful, right? And we act as a catalyst for more of the planet to be spiritually awake as fuck. And journal in the co-author book series. So I have a co-author book series. I don't have the logo for that, the image for it. For the co-author book series, I do have it on mine. Excuse me. Oh gosh, I don't. Do I have it out? Oh, come on. Where are you at? You know, man. Are you serious? Let's do enrollments. And it's on the YouTube channel. Come on. You know when you, oh gosh, and this is the subscribe button that is working again. Thank goodness. Things tend to take a while. So this gateway, you need to have people subscribe. But anyway, so the book, the co-author book series is being gifted to boot campers if you want to be part of the Spiritual Awakening. So I'm running an entire summit with other YouTubers who are talking about Spiritual Awakening. And then my students will be talking about the Spiritual Awakening in the co-author book series. And then the Soul Legacy Journal is about the spiritual journey with me and the intentional living and coming through that. But we also have a notebook so students can, so you can journal in that and write in that on a daily basis. So every day when I'm talking about my journal with me, and then the co-authors will also get a mention. I'll read some of the co-authors' stories. It's one story per. It's one story per page, and so when I had featured, I featured in 3 co-author books. The third co-author book series is coming out in about a month's time. And that is The Secret Child: Life After Loss. And so this is one of the book series. This one has a real great story to it. It's called 365 Soulful Messages, the right guidance at the right time. So I share my story in there. I love Jodie and Dan. So there's lots of co-authors that have shared their story. I think there's over 200 contributors, and they've split it up into different chapters. What they have done is they've every single day of the year, I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? The day of the year, of the month. Can you see that? February. So it starts, and so January, February. So the idea is to read a page a day. This is my page. Can you see that? It's time to turn your wounds into wisdom. The 33 is a big time for me. So I wrote about it's time to turn your wounds into wisdom. That was the title. And then I got featured at the back of the book, which all co-authors do, and which we will have. And then I earmark that. And so that's my picture in there. And I mention about being a lower vibration teacher, tough love trainer, mentor, course creator, big money energy coach. She teaches soul-guided entrepreneurs to start a movement with their message from scratch and back in 50 days. Receive her free masterclass and bonuses. So I've never had anybody come to me from the book. However, talking about the book, being a co-author, being a #1 bestseller is amazing. And so what I wanted to do was really share how to get your message out there and actually support and continue talking about the book on behalf of the co-authors, because that's the experience that I wanted to have. So the other book was The Empowered Women of Social Media, and I share in the masterclass bonuses the chapter for that. And in this space, I'll talk about I actually share The Secret Child: Life After Loss with you in the tribute. I actually post the chapter that I've done, that I've written. It's a pre-edit in there. So it's super powerful. I love co-authoring. It was 2014-15 that I first did my co-author book series. My son knew about it, and he came and he gave me a really big hug, And it's like, well, well done, Mum, you know? So it really matters. And I wanted to create an experience that I could really give back to my co-authors, and I could really help you build your platform and get your light work out in the world. I think my daughter is going out the door, so I'm going to go give her a kiss before she goes. So big love. Here's to launching, leading, and leaving our soul legacy with ease, grace, and flow. Cheers to financial freedom.